Today we will be discussing the ground reaction force. Forces from all around act on our bodies every single day. For athletes, the ground reaction force is one of the most common forces encountered. So a force is any push or pull that tends to cause motion.
To understand the ground reaction force better, let's go over a free body diagram.
Okay, so now we're going to go over a free body diagram, and instead of looking at all the components, such as the horizontal components like wind resistance and friction, we're not going to look at those. We're just going to worry about what's going on in the vertical. So one force that we have that's acting down on us is gravity. And if we remember, that's also body weight. So what we'll do is force of body weight. And then, so since we have a force going down, if we remember Newton's third law, and what that says is for every force that we have, there's going to be an equal or opposite force coming out. So that's where our ground reaction force actually comes into play here. So give this dude some feed. And so for this body weight that he has going down, there's going to be a force. Since he has 2 feet on the ground, there's going to be 2 going up, and these are going to be the ground reaction force.
Now, so you guys can see this in 3D, Jaden is standing on 2 feet, and he has a force of his body weight going through his feet. And since there are 2 points of contact, there are 2 ground reaction forces acting in opposition to his body weight. To make sense of the free body diagram, let's go over Newton's third law. And his third law states that for every force exerted by an object, there is an equal and opposite force on the object. All right. Understanding ground reaction forces can have a huge benefit for athletes looking to improve their performance or those rehabbing or recovering from an injury. For example, when an athlete wants to increase their vertical jump, it would help tremendously to know the ground reaction force of each jump. So let's take a look back at Newton's third law, and it states that for every force exerted by an object, there's an equal and opposite force on the object. So theoretically, if an athlete can increase the force coming down to the ground reaction force will propel the athlete with the same or greater force upward.
Also, understanding ground reaction forces can be vital for any athlete who's trying to rehab or recover from an injury. So to understand this connection a little bit better, let's take a look at the stress-strain model here. And so we know that strain is the amount of deformation that an object takes with an amount of force or a stressor applied to it. So when we take a look at our body, like right here, we take a look at our leg, they can only endure so much strain, right? So if we take a look at a ligament here, and this is about its normal range right here, and you apply a stressor to it, that ligament is going to lengthen until it can't lengthen anymore, and then it's going to snap. And so that right here is that failure point. And so the connection that our ground reaction force makes with this stress strain is the ground reaction force is the stressor or the force that's acting back through the leg. So for example, real quick, I'll show you. If we're standing here, we have a ground reaction force that's coming straight up through our body. But if we were to go to make a cut or something else differently, now we have a ground reaction force that is acting on our joint in a different way, and that's where the strain can happen on our ligaments, is making those advanced types of.
This is the end of the video. I hope you all can apply it to your training or rehab programs, and have a good day.